Good evening, parents, teachers, guests, and fellow classmates. Tonight, it is indeed an honor, and I am thankful to speak to you as the Salutatorian of the senior class of 2014. I can still clearly recall my first couple weeks at Dalat. 11.5 years ago, I was fearful and unwilling to embrace change. Every morning, a flurry of butterflies would instantly seize my stomach as we drove the unfamiliar route to Dalat. I would become convinced that I had succumbed to a grave illness, which naturally meant I couldn't attend school. Unfortunately, my dad never comprehended the seriousness of the situation or found my protests legitimate. So as he half walked, half dragged me to the door of Mrs. Carlbom's first grade classroom, I would switch tactics and begin weeping, hoping he would take pity on me. But with determination written on his face, he continued until, horror-stricken as he reached for the door handle, I would quickly yelp at him to wait so that I could use my sleeves to wipe my tears away and announce, "Okay, I'm ready." 11.5 years later, I cannot believe that we have made it this far. These formative years of my life have been invaluable, and along the, albeit tumultuous journey, I have learnt much. I learnt the power of words when I lost a friend in 3rd grade by speaking carelessly. I learnt what it means to devote your life to pouring into others by observing the many teachers who pass through this school. I learnt the value of a friend who not only accepts your shortcomings, but loves you enough to be the best version of yourself. I learnt, while cramming for AP exams and rushing to meet journal deadlines, that procrastination is inadvisable. And in the last few years, I learnt that beauty can arise from ashes and can testify to the redeeming power of extending forgiveness. Lessons such as these are only learned when we engage with God, life, and the world around us. With this in mind, I'd like to continue by speaking first about identity. I have only discovered my true identity by accepting myself as a child of God. This is why, whether I'm making a speech such as I am today, or failing my driving test, I write something on my palm so I can never lose sight of what really matters. I write, "My name is Stephanie Leilani Jones, and I am a daughter of the Almighty God." I never anticipated receiving the honored title of Salutatorian and could never have made it here without him. But whether I'm behind this podium or sitting among the rest of my class, nothing could ever alter the value we already have in him. Secondly, taking risks. For when we are secure in our identity, we are free to take risks. Theodore Roosevelt said something that really speaks to me. He said, "It isn't the critic who counts, but the man who is in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly." If my dad had given in to my pleadings or my tears, and if I hadn't chosen, well, been forced, to face those ever-present butterflies, I might never have had the opportunity to experience and learn all the things I'm grateful for today. And just as I stood at that doorstep, apprehensive of what stood on the other side, so are we today, about to embark on a new adventure without the comforting protection of those who raised us. So as we step out into this new season, will we do so unwilling to make who we truly are seen because of the risks? Or will we determine to embrace risk and live with hearts open to making deep connections? Finally, strength and passion. I don't know about you, but whether I fail or succeed in whatever endeavors I choose to pursue, I want to have lived life daring greatly. I don't want fear or insecurity to motivate or hinder me. Wherever God leads me in the future, I want to live with a passion that calls others to fight for what they believe in. a passion that overcomes the fear that my shortcomings and flaws will be seen. A passion that means I will speak the truth even when my voice is shaking, and a passion that points others to the God who has extended grace and love to me, despite the innumerable ways I often fail to represent Him. Therefore, tonight I am thankful, Dad, that 11.5 years ago you didn't give in to my tears, although I know you were tempted to. After celebrating tonight and saying our goodbyes, we must wipe our tears away. We must take the lessons we have learned, step into our identity, and have the courage to live daring greatly. Thank you.